No matter how powerful any demon, a principality, thinks it is, most of the times it has a superior power that it bows to. This same thing implies to we human. No matter how powerful you think you are, still you have your superiors ahead of you.
Tune into the magic. Night TV takes you there. Good vibes every minute. Joy is in the air.
Greetings to you, cherished viewer. It is with my utmost pleasure to have you watch this video. Let me tell you something. No matter how powerful and stubborn a deity thinks it is, it will be shown the tree that it was cut from. No matter how powerful a deity think it is, it will be shown the tree that it was cut from. And again, no matter how powerful any demon, a principality, thinks it is, most of the times it has a superior power that it bows to. This same thing implies to we human. No matter how powerful you think you are, still you have your superiors ahead of you. You have people that you normally bow to. It shows that nothing is permanent on earth. Memories will fade into diaphanous whispers. And let me remind you that resplendent paragons of uncommon magnanimity have traversed the terrestrial orb and subsequently given up the ghost. But sometimes evanescent celebrity, cybernetic riches, and then pernicious dominance sometimes seduces us and makes us think that we have the whole world under our feet. No matter whom you are, the office you've occupied, your level of power in the society, the wealth you have accumulated, you leave everything behind. Because you are not the first person who have ever existed on this earth. There are more people who have ever tasted the salt of this world and have subsequently left it behind and traversed to a different dimension. When somebody kicks the bucket, nobody knows exactly where the person goes. But to some of the sacred writings or some of these religions in the world, to be specific, the Christian religion, it is quoted right there in the Bible that it is appointed unto man to die at once. But after the death lies what we call judgment. This shows that whatever that a man is doing here on earth should be very careful. No matter whom you think you are, one day you will suddenly give up the ghost and prepare to meet your maker. We all have dreams, aspirations, things that we perspire here on earth. We all have some common goals and reasons why God created us and brought us here on earth. We have something that looks like this. If that be the case, then it means that we were created to help each one another. We were created to help each other touch their shoulder in life. But most of the times, there are some bodies and humans here on earth who goes contrary to the rules of engagement. Probably because they have touched money. Probably because they have touched power. Probably because they have touched fame. Don't abuse whatever that God has blessed you with. No matter how powerful, famous, and how rich you think you are in the society, you will leave everything behind. Our beloved politicians, the office that you have assumed, you will not be an MP forever. You will not be a minister forever. You will not be president forever. If you have had the opportunity to serve your people, do it wholeheartedly. Let the tears and the cry of the poor masses, the less privileged, rings in your ears. Attend to the less privileged people, for you were sent into that office to help people. Have the cries and the tears of the poor masses at heart. One significant thing that I love about Jesus was that he was very kind and generous. He attended to the poor masses, all those who cried unto his name. He actually went down, looking at his influence and affluence in the society. He had the opportunity to meet rich and powerful people. Jesus became very famous at his time. So he could have had that opportunity to cite for himself that he will never attend to any poor masses. But he never did that. He never sat at office. Always you see Jesus on the street, responding to the tears and the cries of the less privileged. It is not you who have had the opportunity to rise through fame, power, and money, through politics. Alexander the Great, a very prominent man in history. History has it that he was very powerful. He rose through prominency, through the act of politics. So being it president, a regional minister, whoever you think you are, you will leave everything, because Alexander the Great, when he died, he never died with the world. He left the world behind and went wherever that he is. The same thing will happen to you. Whoever that you think, the office you have occupied, be kind person. Help people. For it is this that made God created you. God brought you here on earth for you to become kind to people, for you to become generous to people, for you to render your services to the less privileged ones in the society. God brought you here on earth, gave you that opportunity to experience that office. God assisted you, whatever means, whatever strategy that you deployed to become whatever you think you are. If God was not part of it, if God didn't permit it, there is no way that you could have become whoever you think you are. Sometimes we think we are intelligent. If you think you are smart, you have never and ever been the first person to become smart on earth. There are some people who have not had the opportunity and yet are very smarter than us. So how do you justify this? Whatever effort that you put in to becoming whoever you are, it doesn't necessarily mean that you became whom you are through your own capacity, your own power. It was through the grace that catapulted you into that office. So, calm down and pay attention to the less privileged. These are the things that made God to create human. When you read the Bible says that when God created Adam, he saw to it that it is not good for man to live alone. So he created Eve and gave it to Adam. And then he gave instructions to Eve that She should go into the life of Adam and help to fulfill his dream here on earth. You see, I was created to help you. You are also created to help me. And by so doing, that is the only means to which we can be pleased in the sight of God. For there is a saying that service to mankind is service to God. Bible says that one day Jesus sat his apostles down and told him that when I was hungry, none of you came to me and gave me food. When I was lying down, tattered and naked, none of you brought cloth to put on me. You made me lie in total nakedness. And one of the apostles stood up and questioned Jesus that we have walked with you for so many months and we have never seen any day that you actually went hungry. We have never seen you in anywhere that you were walking naked. So why say some of these things? And Jesus looked at the apostle and responded to him, thereby saying that, indeed, let me tell you that if you have ever seen any poor person on the street, the orphans and the widows over there, and you have turned on a deaf ear and have never supported and helped these people, it means you have not done for me. Because I stand for the poor people and the less privileged. And in fact, all the apostles who heard Jesus saying some of these things were shocked. It goes on to confirm that whoever that you are, help humanity. Don't be a hard-hearted person and don't be wicked. If you have the opportunity, if you have the power to help people, help them. I know for a fact that the very ones that you help are the very ones that will hurt you. But that is nature. Don't ever do good to people and expect them to return with any kindness. Expect your reward and remarks from your Creator. For it is within the commands of human to help our fellow human. The other time when Jesus healed 10 leopard people, it was the only one that returned to say a big thank you to Jesus. And Jesus, out of surprise, he queried the one who came, thereby telling to the face that, where are the other 9 people that I healed? He said they have run away. Jesus said, never mind. Go in peace and enjoy your life. It shows that when you help 100 people in life, it is only 10 people that will return and tell you that, thank you. But in spite of all these things, we shouldn't be worried about it. We should do things, do good to people, and expect a payback from our Creator. I have decided here in my mind that when I do good to people, I don't expect those people to come back and reward me. I expect my reward to come from the higher heavens above. Because what exactly will the reward of humanity do for me? It will not do me anything. I expect my reward to come from the higher heavens. So, Mr. Politician, it is your responsibility to hear the cries of the poor people. It is probably because of this that made people voted for you. Probably because of this that made you have the opportunity to assume that office. To the traditional leaders, let me tell you, if you are a chief, a king, a queen, whoever that you are, you will never be on the throne forever. One day, you will leave the throne behind and give up the ghost. Because you have never and will never be the very last to occupy that throne. Many people have become queens, kings, and left this earth. But what remarks are you leaving behind? Good name, they say, it is better than riches. Of course. Good name, they say, is better than riches. Many people abuses their office. The traditional leaders that we have in the African continent, they abuse power. They abuse their office. They involve themselves in all kinds of scandalous activities. Why is it supposed to be so? Most of them go to an extent of taking the lives of the innocent souls. Why would you soil your hands in the blood of an innocent person? You were not created. When Cain killed Abel, God questioned him. He said, you were not permitted to take the soul of your brother. It is not within your mandate. No matter how your brother, your sister treats you, you don't have that power to take the soul of that person. But our kings, the queens, and the traditional leaders that we have in our society, they go to the extent of taking the souls of an innocent person. Let me remind you that resplendent paragons of an uncommon magnanimity have traversed the terrestrial orb and subsequently given up the ghost. In the likes of Mansa Musa, in the likes of King Solomon, Mansa Musa rose to prominence and became the king and the traditional ruler in the year 1300 in the Mali Empire. But today, this man is nowhere to be found. It shows that nothing is permanent here on earth. So today, if you are a king, if you are a traditional leader, seize this opportunity and do whatever that you can within your jurisdiction, within your capabilities, and assist humanity. Have a forgiving heart and bless people that you can. Help people that you can. Don't turn your back on the poor masses, the less privileged ones in the society. Please, don't turn your back on them. Help them. Do whatever that you can and assist humanity. Love people. Love people. That makes you a perfect reflection of Jesus. It makes you a perfect reflection of God. You see, with all what we've been doing, God still loves us. No matter what they did to Jesus, even his own fellow men of God betrayed him, they chastised him, sabotaged him, they did all things, negative and ill things, to sabotage him and bring him down. But yet, when he was nailed on a cross, he raised his head up and told God that, God, forgive these people, for they know not what exactly that they are doing. It shows how Jesus loves his people. So let me remind you, if you are a traditional ruler, one day you will give account on how you live your life when you assume office, when they reinstated you as a king in your community, in your country. How did you relate to your people? How did you treat people? One day you give account of it. Even if you do not give an account of it, you rest assured that you will not be king forever. You will not be queen forever. Queen Elizabeth is no more. Cleopatra is no more. A lot of people who had come to this earth touched what we call fame, power, and total dominance and have left the earth. It's a sign that we should act on our intelligence and become very cautious whatever that we do. We should be very cautious. When you go to the religious leaders, if you are a man of God, let me tell you that you are not the first person to become a prophet. You are not the first person to become an apostle, a teacher, an evangelist, a pastor. You are not the first person. We have had countless and series of people who have touched this earth. who were pastors, who were wielded with power in the lives of Elijah, in the lives of Moses, the men that God used to bring the Israelite from the bondage and captivity of the Egyptians. Imagine in the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse number 1 to 6, God declares in there that there's no man here on earth who has had face-to-face encounter with him, with the exception of the man Moses. It is only Moses who could sit down and talk to God face to face. But in the latter part of his life, he's no more. He has given up the ghost. But when Moses was alive, the scriptures tested to the fact that Moses was a good man. He did everything that he can within his power to help the poor people, the needy in his time. Bible confirms that he was a humble and a good-hearted man, a kind and a generous man, a man who could go down to earth and listen to the tears, the cry of the less privileged. We are supposed to emulate from these people because they have set an exemplary life for us to emulate. You are not better than Moses. You're not better than anybody in the Bible. The prophet Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, all these people. Elisha, you are not better than these people. You are not better than these people. But all these people came to this earth and rendered their services to humanity. And Bible has attested to the fact that they were very good people. So you see, you are not different from them. One thing that makes me very humble to people, it's probably because I know that in some years to come, I will be nowhere to be found. No matter what you do, the amount of prayers, the miracles that God will use me to wrath, all these things will never be worth it when I don't have love for humanity, when I don't help people in a society, the less privileged in a society, when I don't have these people. No matter what I do, no matter the sort of wisdom that I speak with, no matter the fame and power that will be willed to me, if I don't have love to help the less privileged people, it is never worth it. Elijah, the prophet, was somebody who has also traversed this terrestrial orb. A man who never tasted death. This man was so powerful to an extent where he transcended and ascended to the heavens. Life, he never died. All these people have left the earth. The high priest Aaron was here. Joshua was here. Ezekiel was here. Micah, Obadiah, Ezra, Habakkuk, Micaiah. All these prophets was here on earth. They are no more to be found. When you look left, when you look right, front and back, you can't find any of these people anywhere within the global world. It's a sign that if you are a pastor, you will leave everything. You leave everything. You can use all schemes and tactics to amass wealth to your name, build mansions, buy private jets, all the luxuries of this world. But you will leave everything behind. I am telling you, you will leave everything behind. Buy to yourself the expensive cars, expensive watches, nice dresses, fly in a first class, or whatever, either through the business class or buy yourself a private jet. You leave all these things behind. But whatever that you do with your life, it's a remark that will leave after you. So once your life, do something for humanity. Once you're alive, do something for humanity. Try as much as possible and do whatever that you can to assist better the life of humans. If you are found in the security sector, commander, a lieutenant general, a major general, captain, whoever that you are, from the Navy, the Air Force, if you are a soldier, you are a policeman, immigration, customs, you will never be a custom officer forever. One day, you leave the office and eventually give up the ghost. Once you've had the opportunity, do all things with due diligence. Don't think that you become powerful till you die. Julius Caesar was a military leader who led a lot of soldiers to war. He fought and conquered a lot of territories. He was so powerful, but in the end, he has left everything behind. And he's no more. He can't be found anywhere. So if you're a soldier, you will not remain in your office till you die. Whatever schemes and tactics that you deploy to amass wealth, let me tell you, you will leave everything behind. You leave everything behind. So once you're alive, do everything within your means and help humanity. Hear the cry of the innocent. Mr. Legal Practitioner, a legal luminary, an esquire, I salute you. More grace to your elbow. But let me tell you that one day you leave the weak behind. One day you leave the weak behind. You will not live forever. And you will not have the opportunity to put on your wig forever. And you are not and will not be the last person to become a legal luminary here on earth. Of course, you have a predecessor. Before you became a lawyer and a squire, you once sat under the feet of a lecturer. You was once being taught by a lecturer. So today, if through the mercies and the grace of God you have rose to that level of prominency, please pipe low and hear the cries of the poor people. Most of the times, the less privileged people are being cheated upon. The rich people in the society, they used their office, their wealth, their power, their fame to cheat the less privileged. You were being put into that office to help the poor people. You'll not be a lawyer forever. One day, you leave the office and give up the ghost. But whatever that awaits you, after you have transcended into the knowable world, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows exactly what awaits man when he dies. To some of these religious books tells you that there is judgment after death. Let's assume that whatever they are saying is of the truth. It means that, Mr. Lawyer, when you eventually give up the ghost, something awaits you that you yourself, you can't and you will never know unless you keep the bucket. Whoever that you are, help human. Help the poor people. The less privileged, help them. Don't maltreat people. Don't be ungrateful to people. Don't. Whoever that helped you in life, Don't be ungrateful. Say a big thank you to those people. Whatever office that you've occupied, a GRA boss, beggar still, remind yourself that the office that you occupy, you will not be there forever. If you are a medical doctor, you have not been the first person, neither would you be the permanent medical officer till death. Before you became a medical, either a junior medical doctor or a senior medical doctor, let me tell you that there were some of the people who were in your same level, but today they have left everything behind. I know big medical doctors all over the world. To some of them, they have given up the ghost. So whatever that you're doing, Madam Nurse, do everything within your capacity. You have taken the charges and built unto yourself that no matter what happens, you will attend to humanity. Getting up and putting on that cloth that exempts you from others and defines you as a medical doctor, a nurse, shows that you have volunteered that you want to render services to humanity till you die. Whoever that you are, do everything wholeheartedly. Be kind and generous to people. 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 You were called on duty for being kind to people. That is it all. That is it all. That is it all. When you go to the agri sector, if you are a farmer, do everything with due diligence. If you are a businessman, have mercy on people. Don't bully people. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't use your office to abuse the poor and the less privileged. Don't deprive people from what befits them. Don't deprive people from what is suddenly their portion. Don't think you remain in office till you die. Whatever money that you have accumulated, one day you will leave everything behind. One day you will leave everything behind. You will leave everything, because you are not the first person who had ever become a rich person. In the times of Jesus, there was this rich man called Nicodemus, Joseph Arimathea. All these people were prominent and rich and powerful people during the times of Jesus. When they went to Jesus, Jesus told them that they shouldn't abuse their office. They shouldn't deprive people from what belongs to them. That's exactly what Jesus taught his people. Today, Joseph Materials is no more in existence. But this uncommon magnanimity had the opportunity to traverse this terrestrial orb. Mansa Musa, a great king in the Mali Empire. He is a man who never lacks anything. He amassed wealth, gold upon gold. But today he is no more in existence. He has left everything. If you're a footballer, whoever you are, I am telling you today that have the poor masses at heart. Do everything that you can to support humanity. No matter what humans speaks about you. There are people, I know there are people who are ungrateful. Leave them. It's their own cup of tea. It's a matter of you exempting and isolating yourself from those people. You walk these ungrateful people out of your life. But with the ones who have good heart, be kind and generous to them. And don't allow the actions of people to corrupt your good deeds. The attitude of certain people in a society, don't allow their corruptible attitude and character to invade and change whom you are. Always stay true to yourself and be kind to people. Click on the subscription button and give us a follow-up. God bless you. And let me remind you that evanescent celebrating, pernicious dominance, and sybaritic riches can sometimes seduce and hoodwink us with their meritorious deceptions. Power, fame, and riches can sometimes deceive you. Keep it in here that no matter how powerful you think you are, you have a superior one that you always bow to. Everyone here on earth will one day bow to the commands of the angel of death. I'm telling you, no matter the amount of prayer and fasting that you do, one day you bow to the commands. No matter how skillful and intelligent you think you are, utilizing said means to play hide and seek with death, one day you bow to the ordinance and the command of death. So once you are alive, be kind and generous to humanity. Sometimes it is very funny how we behave. When our hands touches fame, wealth, and power, it unlocks certain attitudes in us and make us feel that we are even powerful than the one who created this world. Let me tell you, resplendent paragons and uncommon magnanimities have traversed the terrestrial orb and subsequently given up a ghost, which goes on to confirm that memories will fade into diaphanous whispers. God bless you and bless you so much. Remember that Jesus was always kind to people. So be kind and be generous.
Great Whitehead, you've been a guiding light through dust-choked valleys to the stars at night. Your hands have mended, your words have healed. With every heart you touch, a story revealed.